There
Oh,
we
we're
go. We
recording.
got it in right before I hit record.
All right, we got it in.
Yep,
Hopefully
and
the system is clean now.
we're recording. I hope I'm doing this right because I haven't used StreamYard in 6 years.
I
Actually, it's
have
been longer than 6 years. The last time I used StreamYard was when right before I met you, when I took that job, and I was recording Google Data Studio videos. And
You were doing that on StreamYard?
yeah, I was recording some of that in StreamYard.
I didn't realize that. I've
Some I,
never used this platform, so they're probably really excited we're talking about them right now.
some I recorded in Google Meet, and some I recorded in here.
Okay.
It's a cool platform. So if they want to sponsor us, they can. See, start with the end in mind.
Well played, Bellis. Well
I'm already,
played.
I'm already figuring out how we can get advertisers and sponsors
Right.
and how we can sell this podcast.
Yeah, you got us selling this podcast to HubSpot and us making 100 G's hosting this continuously forever.
Maybe in post-production editing, I'll flash logos of all the companies that should sponsor our.
Maybe we should just say a bunch of business names.
Maybe we should do you remember how soap operas started, right? I mean, do you know the history of soap operas?
No, but I bet you're going to enlighten me.
I'm going to tell you because it's a marketing thing.
All right, let's hear it.
So I can't remember who it was. I think it was Procter and Gamble. It might have been Johnson & Johnson. I don't remember. But they had all these products, right? They had soaps and laundry detergent and all this kind of stuff, right? And so they were the pioneers on content marketing because they said, hey, you know what? Instead of just doing commercials for this, let's actually start a show that features our products in it. That's why they're called soap operas. So they hired writers and they wrote these.
That had to have been P&G.
It probably was Procter and Gamble. I'd have to go back and look, but anyway, so they would have this show, this really corny show with these characters, and they were usually, they were meant to relate to at the time the common housewife, right? And so you see the character walking around carrying, a bottle of, some sort of laundry detergent or something like that, and it was product placement at its very early days. It was content marketing, right? So maybe I'll drink a can of Red Bull every now and then.
I'm drinking Caribou coffee out of my Yeti right now. Huh?
See, you just did 2 product placements in one shot.
Right. Are you going to reach out to them, or am I going to reach out?
Well, we're going to tag them in the description of the video.
Tell them that they can get an audience of 2 immediately.
Yeah, now's the bad time to be pitching our views.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, anyways, okay. So you know what we should probably do? Let's
First
just
off, before we get all serious. All right,
yeah.
I want to be a little dumb. I want to be dumb marketers for a minute.
Well, that would be on brand.
If I do this and you put your ear over there,
you're on the wrong side. You got to pretend I'm on the other side.
Oh no.
Okay, so point there. Yep, there.
Okay, because it's not recording that way, I bet, is it?
I don't know. We'll find out later. But thanks for cleaning my ear out there.
Yeah, I want to see if that works.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Tell me if my face is off the screen.
No, it's not. No, now it is. Now it's not. I can see it.
I want to pretend I'm yelling in your ear.
Okay, do it again. Yep. There you go. Okay.
Dude, we got to get some of those things down. This could turn out to be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Opposite side. I got to remember that.
Yep. Opposite side. All right. Before we get started, anybody who's made it this far, God bless them in the video.
Hey, we're not sharing this whole thing, are we? We're doing clips, right?
Oh no, this whole thing is going up.
No, you got to do clips.
We'll do clips and put those in shorts.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. That's what all the kids are doing nowadays. They create long form video and then they clip and put them in shorts.
We definitely have a mentality of kids, so we're good.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do act like a child sometimes.
Ditto.
Okay, how about this? Just who are you, and what's your What's your marketing pedigree?
I'm not answering that.
Yeah, I'm having you start. Go ahead.
No. Negative, ghostwriter.
You want me to go first?
We already discussed this. Okay.
Oh,
You have
okay.
the vision for this channel. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll talk about the channel then too.
You're going to be doing a lot of the legwork, let's be honest, because you're definitely the most skilled in video production as of today. I'll catch up. Not
I
yet.
can't believe you just said that, considering I've been only doing it for 3 weeks.
And I think that it's going to be important that you kind of kick us off here with the first video and do the intro for yourself.
Okay, fine.
Lay the groundwork, man. I told
know.
you, I am your Batman. I am Robin. I told you this.
I know. I was just trying to, age before beauty. So I was going to try to let you go first.
You had to drop it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I see.
Okay. Here's the thing.
All right.
I'm the younger of us, but I'm probably the dumber of us by far.
Depends on the day, hour, and minute.
So my name is Bob Stanky. I've worked in marketing for, I don't know. Well, my first job was in IT, but I worked for a marketing company. So I don't know if that matters or not. But I was a database developer, but I worked for a marketing services company. And that was when I took my first job in 1998. So we're talking like 26 years, something like that. 1998, 26 years of marketing. I'm a dumb marketer, so math's not
I'm
mathing.
going to trump you on the introduction, actually. You and I professionally have been working about the same amount of time because I didn't start until 97, 98 either. I was actually serving tables after college until I figured out what the hell I want to do with my life.
Dude, you should have stayed with that. I'm just saying. Maybe you should have just stuck with that.
Right? There are days where I'm just like, man, I made a wrong turn.
So I've had the privilege and honor to work for some great companies and some not so great companies.
Mm-hmm.
But I've worked for companies that a lot of people might recognize, like Lifetime Fitness, who only goes by Lifetime now. They don't go by Lifetime Fitness, but they're national and actually international because they have clubs in Canada now. So many people might be familiar with that. I worked with them for 3 years. I worked for the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is a professional basketball team. I worked there for 5 years. I've worked for Jostens, which probably most people are familiar with if you've ever bought like a cap and gown for your graduation or anything like that. So
Can you actually tell us what you did versus where you worked?
Yeah, well, sure. All were marketing functions. The start where I got my start was in social media.
Okay.
That was my first.
Hold up.
Yeah.
And I'm interrupting because I know a little bit more than most people probably watching this video.
Sure.
Your first gig, 3M programming.
Yep.
Okay. Specifically, platforms and duties. Go.
Database developer working primarily on SQL Server, building backend database systems for like large consumer programs, like warranty programs, like carpet warranty, believe it or not. Like
nice.
I helped build one of the databases that manages all the carpet warranties in the United States of America.
I can't think of anything more exciting than that.
That
carpet warranties.
Considering I could tell you every kind of carpet twist there is pretty sad. So
the fact that you have product knowledge when you were working with warranties speaks volumes to your knowledge base.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, no, it was good. But I learned data and I learned marketing from a standpoint of, because we did more than just carpet warranty stuff. We did like programs for like Post-it notes where like, say you go to back then you go to a conference if you're a business professional and say 3M had a booth there and they were giving out free Post-it notes and you wrote your name on a little card, to receive a free translucent Post-it note or something like that. You filled out the little card, there was no badge scanning or anything like that. And then the company, the expo company, would send those cards to us and they had to be manually keyed into a database. And then that then would get fulfilled. That would run through the database that I would say help build or help maintain. And it would push out to the fulfillment center, hey, send Jane Doe a pack of green translucent Post-it notes. Like, so I worked on, so I had to understand how leads were captured, how leads were processed, how leads were fulfilled. So that was kind of,
Hence, you got suckered into marketing.
yep. So then, fast forward a couple years after that, then what happened was I was blogging a ton about social media when it first came out.
So Bob had the golden ticket set up for programming, and he said, "No, I'm going to take a U-turn, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to work in marketing."
There's a reason we call this the Dumb Marketer Show, because that was a dumb move. So at this point, lesson number one: don't veer too far away from what you were meant to do in life, because then before you know it, you'll wake up 20 freaking years later and you're working in this industry.
Hey, marketers do a lot, they know a lot, and they're very important. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna respond to that. Yeah, I'm not gonna respond to that.
There it is.
So, but I was starting to blog, and social media was starting to take off. Like, for example,
So you're doing this on your own. You kind of
Yeah.
got discovered. Yeah.
Yep. And on my own time, I was blogging about social media, like Friendster and Friend Feed and MySpace, and Facebook was just starting to become a thing, right? So I was blogging about it, and that's how the recruiter at Lifetime Fitness found me. Was they were looking for someone to start their social media program, and she found my blog. So anybody who says that blogs, aren't worth doing, it got me a job. Literally, it got me, into this field. Maybe that's not such a good thing, but anyways, doesn't matter. So there, I just did social media from the ground up. That was when, those were very early days. We're talking 2008, 2009.
Yeah, right. Early.
Yep. And then at the Wolves, I did I got into more leadership of marketing functions like content marketing, email, social, web development. And then it just kind of spiraled from there. At Jostens, I did more paid media and analytics. So throughout the years, I picked up just every different function of marketing.
You were doing product journey mapping too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I did a lot of that at Jostens. So yeah, I think I'm really, my skill set's wider than it is deep, right? So I know a wide function of marketing, but maybe I'm a mile wide and inch deep, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't specialize in one area or anything like that. So, which is fine. I think that's actually been beneficial to me.
Breadth of experience. Yep.
Yeah. So
a lot of experts say, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But besides all that, because that's what pays the bills and that's what, all that kind of stuff, where my true passion lies is what I'm doing on the side, which is running my website, which I've had for a long time. And it's gone through so many different iterations of itself. As you've seen multiple iterations of it.
Yes, I have.
In the almost 7 years we've known each other.
Right.
You've seen probably 10 different iterations of that website.
I bet they're doing more than that. You're talking just the homepage.
There's some ideas that I'd be like, oh, Luke, I'm going to do this to my site. And I would tell you on like a Friday.
Yeah.
And then I would do it on Monday. I would do it on Saturday, and then it'd be back to something different on Monday.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
it's not a joke. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But that's where that's where I experiment. That's where I try new things. I've got over 350 blog posts on there right now.
What's your website again, Bob?
bobstanky.com. I'll flash it on the screen.
That's a good idea.
In editing.
Maybe put it in the notes.
We'll put it in the video description.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But it's that's where I'm trying to grow. Basically, that's what do you want to call it? That's my golden parachute, if you will. When I'm all done working for corporate America, and I'm got a little bit more freedom, it can be a little bit more risky. I would like to have a coaching business, content production coaching business, um, to to be my full time job.
Mm-hmm.
I want my website to be my full time job.
Yep. And the website right now is focused on what again? Just highlight the buckets.
Primarily helping small to mid-sized businesses with operations, operating systems, frameworks, business models, kind of describing all that kind of stuff and kind of answering questions like, should my company use the entrepreneurial operating system, EOS?
Mm-hmm.
What is scaling up and why is it
Mm-hmm.
good for a business to use? That kind of, like, I'm answering those kind of questions.
Operational strategy, yes.
Yeah, operation strategy, business model,
Business
business
model strategy.
model, business
Mm-hmm.
model strategy, frameworks for how to operate your
Yep.
business. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Yep. Love it. You're producing a lot of content. I mean, you kind of doubled down this year.
Well, over the last even 3 weeks, yeah, this year for sure, but the last 3 weeks or so, I've been really heavy into YouTube,
Yep.
which is the new part of my strategy. So, but and that's why we're launching this channel, because I
Full
was like
circle.
talking to you about YouTube, and I think you made some comment about, oh, we should record our talks that we have every week, and I was like, yeah, and I was like,
We've been talking about that for well over a year, dude. That
oh,
wasn't
a
just like a
long
new
time.
thing. Yeah.
We were talking about that like back in like literally like 2019.
Yeah, we were talking about recording our we would talk every Friday for the most part, probably for the last what? 2 years? 3 years? Probably three.
Yeah, I think it's been at least 3.
Yeah, and we would just touch base on what we're doing personally and how things are going, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So we've been talking about recording these, and this is the first legitimate time that we've actually recorded ourselves. And we put our heads together and we're like, you know what? Maybe we should just, make this a little gimmicky and maybe, talk about things that we're really learning as marketers, doing as marketers, and share that with people because there's probably others out there that would like to hear some of it.
Yeah, and I think like
Even though we're two morons that don't do much, that are not real bright when it comes to marketing, we're still
that
going to
is
share what we learn.
that is accurate.
There
Yep.
you go.
And so then you said something like 2 weeks ago. So then in true Bob Stanky fashion, I was like, "Ooh, let me start a YouTube channel." So I went in there and I created a new YouTube channel. I branded it and everything,
Yeah,
and here we are.
yeah. And all I did was I said something about let's be the Dumb and Dumber of marketing or something like that, and you created this whole channel. I love it.
I mean, like most things in life, I do them without thinking.
So on that note, because I'm still kind of removed from it. I'm getting into it just
Yeah.
because I haven't been able to apply time to it. Where did we land on this again? What are we calling this channel?
Well, um, it's a work in progress, because like true marketers, we're going to test we're going to
Oh,
test.
we're gonna test things, right? Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we pretty much are Dumb and Dumber.
Very much.
We're the Dumb and Dumber marketers. Um,
That's how it's branded.
it's the Dumb Marketer Show.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think it's the Dumb Marketer Show, um, which makes a lot of sense and very on brand for us. So that's probably the route we're going to go. But I think we're gonna post our chats up there.
Yep.
Maybe there'll be some other random content, that might get posted up there. Maybe some shorts, maybe some other stuff that we stumble across.
I
Sometimes,
truly hope that we clip some good things out of all of this ranting and back and
yep,
forth gibberish that we
yep,
put into these
we'll
videos.
we'll clip some funny moments, absolutely. And then we'll just throw them up on the YouTube channel, and we'll get a bunch of sponsors, and
So
eventually
we can retire in 5 years. Right.
we'll sell to insert potential buyer right now. HubSpot. I don't know.
HubSpot.
I mean, like,
Right. HubSpot.
yeah, Microsoft. We'll just subliminally toss. Yeah, Meta. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just see who's interested.
Yeah. See who's willing to show us the cash.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, start with the end in mind.
That's right.
That's the motto of the show. Maybe that should be the show title.
I think it should too. I'm down with that.
Okay.
So start with the end in mind. Okay, we'll have to remember that when we get full circle on the end of this. Okay, so do we
Now-
cover everything that you want to cover? I feel like we left things out.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the only thing we left out is if you're going to give any kind of background on yourself.
Oh, I have to do an intro.
Yeah.
Robin doesn't talk about himself.
Well, you are more than Robin. You're selling yourself short there. You're no, you need to enlighten us. Give us just give us the Reader's Digest version. Just
Reader's Digest version would be way too long. I want to give you the cliff notes. Here we go.
Okay.
Started out getting my degree in marketing, decided I didn't really know what I wanted to do. 98 roughly was the first time I got my first job, and it was in sales. I quickly learned I did not want to do sales the rest of my life. It was in TV sales. I worked for a middle guy company. It was a in between local TV stations and ad agencies. We managed the time on TV for our client stations. I was very good at it, from what I was told. I was offered to stay there on a 4-year contract. I decided I wanted to get more into marketing and learn that, because where I really wanted to end up was brand marketing. So sales, I feel like I had a personality for sales, which is why they liked it. I don't know if I was really good at it, but I could talk to people, and I think they thought that was valuable. So I moved on from that. I got a job at an ad agency. I was there for 3 years, did media and media planning. That was interesting. That taught me a lot about how an agency operates, which is going to be important for my brand experience, because I'd be working with many agencies, as well as different types of media and how that would apply to, obviously, marketing and marketing ROI. So that was helpful. I did that for almost 3 years. There was a lot of traditional media, a lot of print, a lot of outdoor. We did spot television. And then I decided I really wanted to find an opportunity on the client side. So I wanted to work for a company that could get me into brand. I started at DQ, and I did field marketing for them. It was a way to leverage my media experience, because that was more managing agencies and the media spend within a local market. So I did that for 2 years, and I was given the opportunity to move into the brand team, and I did. I did that for 3 years. So I was there for 5 total. That was one of my best experiences professionally, because I got to do a lot of what I wanted to do. It was a lot of customer research. It was a lot of product research. It was working with R&D. It was figuring out strategic market positioning and messaging. Internet was just not internet, but marketing platforms like Facebook and others were really gaining some steam, and showing an advertising ROI and tracking metrics, and things were really growing on the internet, and as far as how companies could operate their website to maximize traffic and really generate leads and business. So DQ was trying to move that way when I was there. It was slow. We only had a couple people working on it at the time, so I didn't move into that until later. After I left DQ, I went to Caribou Coffee for about a year, was laid off when the 2008 market crashed or recession hit. So I was laid off for a while. Then I went back to smaller businesses, and I did more local marketing. I also did some contract work as a consultant, help little business or small businesses figure out some marketing they could do to help raise some revenue. Then I found Homes for Heroes, and I was doing real estate after that. So I've kind of walked many journeys as well, like yours. So wide breadth of experience versus diving deep into specifics. As of late, it's been highly digital, which is awesome, because I'm managing current employer's website and doing a lot of content for them, SEO as well. So that's been exciting. And that's actually how Bob and I met. We worked at the same organization called Homes for Heroes. He he was hired to lead the team, and I was there to help him out. And he has, as of late, left the organization, but I'm still working the grind there. And I also have a side hustle that I'm plugging away on. Mine is called True Identity. And my side hustle comes from a long, long road of passion towards self-improvement and really looking at the personal self, the authentic self, and trying to be more of, try to fulfill what we can with our purpose and really reach our full extent of what we're capable of being. So I feel like my journey has taken me to this point, and aspirations are to turn that passion into providing tools, products, experiences eventually to help an individual leverage their characteristics, their positive characteristics, and their core values to really learn who they are authentically and to be as close as they can to that authentic person in all that they do, whether it's career, professional avenues, relationships, or whatever it is. So I'm working on myself right now to kind of really focus on things that I've pushed to the wayside for other personal and professional reasons, just being busy with life. And I'm really trying to refocus. I'm trying to reprioritize, and I'm trying to put more emphasis on my habits, good and bad, and focus on who I really want to be and what I really want to do. So that said, we just launched a website at the company that I'm working at, which owned my life for pretty much 6 months. And I finally see a little light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm going to start applying more of my time to True Identity. And hopefully these discussions will get a little more personal for me, because they haven't been as of late. Because I haven't been able to do a lot of work on my projects. So I'm excited for this little venture that we're doing together. And I'm excited to see kind of where True Identity will go this year, because I do have big ambitions to try to get some things done.
One of the reasons why I love when we chat, because I always walk out so energized on the thing I want to work on, and then it turns out like later than the evening I'm like working on everything we talked about, or like the idea that sparked from it, and now it's recorded, so now I can go back and listen to it. So
there are things that we talk about, and it's like, damn, what did Bob say? I really need. It's like he referenced the site, or he said something really cool, and then I don't have it. So now I have it.
Now you'll have it forever online. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool backstory. It's awesome to meet someone who did marketing on stone tablets.
Right?
Back in
it was tough chipping away at that stuff.
I know, but
you've seen Fred and Barney. You know how this goes.
What's Spot TV?
Spot TV is like KARE 11. It's a local station.
Okay, so when you said you did Spot TV, sales,
it's a local market station. So we're in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So Minneapolis, St. Paul Metro has KARE 11, which is NBC. Has ABC, CBS, CW. Those are all local Spot TV stations.
Sure, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's interesting. My marketing career has been all digital, so I don't have any experience with
stone tablets. Yep, we got it.
No tablets. But that's why we got people like you around.
Hey, it's still living. I told them when I was working at a TV station, I was like, guys, and this was when Google's was going all over the place, and people didn't even realize why it was so important. And I was like, guys, do you realize what we're working on right now may not exist in 20 years? But think of the landscape and how it's changed. But I mean, it hasn't gone away. Obviously, TV is still a relevant channel, but just think of how it's changed. They've had to incorporate online and digital into everything they do now.
Yeah. Two points on that. If you think TV advertising has gone away, think that just a week ago, companies were spending $8 million for a spot on the Super Bowl.
Like, isn't that ridiculous? Oh my God.
That's number one. And number two, to the point you just made, I remember when we went through that phase where every TV commercial had a QR code.
Oh yeah,
because they were trying to drive digital activation.
as best they can, right?
It was crazy, but you don't see that as much anymore.
And when I was there, so again, this was 98, 99, early 2000s. This was like when the websites were taking off, right? So this is like when everybody wanted their own website and their own domains. Okay. The TV stations were trying to figure out how to incorporate TV ad space into a website. They didn't know how to do it. It was all new. It was so crazy, those conversations. I remember the sales team because I was an assistant at the time. I remember the sales team trying to incorporate in their sales pitch, and the agencies are like, no, that's not where we're going right now.
Yeah.
Just think of how that's changed.
Yeah.
Like now it's all digital first. And it's like, how are you going to, how are you going to cross channel this? So it's very interesting.
Well, that's, we've seen a lot.
Stone tablets to today.
I mean, we've got a lot of experience to share, and it's so interesting now working with some of the younger generation who literally two people I work with now weren't even born when I started working. So I mean that just shows how much we've and me and you are in the same generation, which is nice because we grew up without really technology and devices, and now we've seen this full evolution of where we are today. So I think that's really helped us too. But,
yeah. When I started at the ad agency, there's this guy named Pete, great guy. He's a comedian now. But he was working on the digital side. Again, this was like fresh stuff, right?
Yep.
And he was working on Car Soup. Remember that website? Okay. Stolen cars, used cars, maybe. I don't even remember. But it was one of their clients. And they were trying to they were working out metric dashboards, like how to measure everything. And they were talking to me about these things. And again, you're talking about a guy in traditional media who's, chipping away at rock tablets. And they were telling me all these things. I was like, oh my God, that is fascinating. How do we make that work? Like the curious bug was just driving me so much. So I'd listen to all their conversations. I was never part of it. Unfortunately, I wasn't part of the team, but that's where the intrigue started, I think. That's where the first thing started to really pique an interest for me for the online world. And there was a guy that I was talking to who worked in a different agency, and he was talking about this was pre-bubble burst. So 2000, late 2000. I don't remember where it burst. It was right around 2000, 2001, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So he was all about online, digital, domains, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking. I was like, my God, this is the new world, right? It's kind of like how we're talking about AI today. Like, this is the new world. This is how it's going to be. It took a while to get there, but, 25 years later, here we are.
It's funny you mentioned Car Soup. I remember seeing Car Soup commercials on TV all the time.
Yep.
They always did the local spots. Huh. Well, we have you to thank for Car Soup and Dairy Queen cakes, right?
Dairy Queen cakes, yes. Car Soup, no, that wasn't me.
Well, nobody's going to fact check us on that one, so we'll just roll with it.
That's right.
And I'm sure anybody involved in Car Soup sales back in the day probably wants to forget about it, so you can take credit for
it. There is a chance of that.
Yeah, so I think they're still around.
I don't know, actually. It might have been bought up by some of these other companies now.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't heard of them in a while. Are you
okay. What do you want to talk about? Car Soup is still around, by the way.
Are they? Okay, good.
I just pulled up their website. Yeah, they're
just
still around.
Car Soup.
So
they'll host.
You help them survive a very difficult time.
Maybe they'll sponsor a video.
Car Soup.
Okay, so we agreed pre-recording. You were going to talk about your new YouTube interest and focus, and we were going to kind of break that down. I think we should. Since we're starting a YouTube channel,
okay,
you're digging deep into it. Let's talk. Go, man.
Okay. Well, okay, so it's been on Monday. This coming Monday will be exactly 1 month I've been on YouTube.
Okay.
So basically at the start of the year, I had an interest in trying to get back into hitting my email marketing list. And the other thing that I was toying with, the idea I was toying with was video. Because I've done video in the past. I've done videos on YouTube and I've done small spurts of it. But nothing that I was like going to go in for the long haul. So I started at the beginning of the year, I started hitting my email list.
So because marketers are metric driven. Okay.
Yeah.
So your first run at your YouTube channel, you did have quality content up there. How many followers did you have when you were actually in the heydays of your personal building originally?
Of YouTube, I reached a max of about 260
Okay,
subscribers.
Yep.
I think my most watched video had something like 1,700 views, something like that.
Okay. And
I had maybe 6 to 8 videos up.
I was gonna say you didn't have a ton. Okay.
No. I like 6
just want to
videos.
make sure we're covering off on
Yeah.
what that entailed, right? You weren't like running an enormous YouTube channel and just decided to bail. So
nope. And those 260 I had accumulated over many years of dumb video uploads and stuff and nothing. So I had accumulated. At its apex, it reached about 260, and that was about the spring of 2018. So in 2018, I had about maybe 8 videos up. A couple of them had over 1,000 views, and I had reached about 260 subscribers.
So just so you have an idea of the experience that I have with YouTube, I had a personal YouTube channel. I still do. And a YouTube channel for True Identity. I was posting to my personal YouTube channel, and I was doing it for True Identity, and I was recording in my garage, and I decided one year, 2020, I think,
Yep.
that I was going to record every day for a year. And that lasted about 2.5 months. And it died. But I did it for 2.5 months.
You did.
I got 26 followers because I was not doing it the way that I should have been doing it. I was not optimizing. I was just busy producing content just to see what it would do.
Yep.
So that's my experience with the YouTube, and I haven't really touched it much since.
So about a year ago, I deleted all my old content off my YouTube channel. Primarily because it was old, dated content. I was talking about tech stuff that, like how to build a data studio dashboard, and like none of that stuff makes any sense. That platform's completely changed. So the videos were old. I didn't like quality, so I dumped them all. I got rid of it.
Yep.
With the intention of I was going to get back into YouTube eventually. But video has always scared me. Because for a couple different reasons. One, I don't like being on camera. Number two, I knew that I had no editing capabilities or anything like that. And so I stayed away from video, didn't do anything with it. So then at the start of the year, I wrote down a list of all the things I wanted to start to tackle and start to spread my business across, a lot of other different areas. And like I said,
wings.
Yes. Yep. And the two big ones were email and video.
Yep.
So at the start of the year, I started kicking my email and started doing a frequent send of my emails. And then right around mid-January, January 7th.
Do you have subscribers now? That you're actually sending to?
Yeah, 82.
Okay. And you had how many sign up because you had a really cool tool on your website? How many did you actually have in your subscriber list that you could send to?
Almost 3,000.
3,000. Okay. So you have chosen to send to a very targeted audience intentionally, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah. The ones that grabbed that tool I had on my website are not my ideal audience.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sending to a very segmented list, and I'm hitting them on a regular basis. And that list has grown. When I started in early January, the list was at like 67, and I'm at like 82 now. So It's growing one subscriber at a time, which is fine. I'm cool with that. So then
Voice acting.
January 17th, for some odd reason, I said, huh, let's do a YouTube video on a whim. On a whim, start.
Um, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to tell people why that really happened because Bob was watching a lot of YouTube videos and he went down a rabbit hole and realized, you know what, F it, I can do this
Yeah.
because they just told me that I don't have to spend a lot of time thinking and strategizing and blah, blah, blah. I just need to record.
Yep.
And I think he came to a realization, correct me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
that I'm just going to do it because I know it's important to marketing.
You're spot on. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I was watching it. I was basically trying to get a vibe for how I was going to execute my YouTube strategy because I knew I wanted to do something in Q1. So I was watching a ton of videos on like how to start your channel and how to optimize your videos and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, literally the message was people aren't looking for highly produced stuff anymore. They want you to just tell like it is and just hit record and just post.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I had heard this many years ago, but it resurfaced again last month, which was Mr. Beast, the popular YouTube guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had said that the first thing you should do when you're starting a YouTube channel is just upload 100 videos.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even think about it. Don't strategize about it. Don't just get your first 100 videos done, and then you'll know what direction you're going. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, let's just do this. So
Amen.
I thought, okay, I'm gonna make it my goal to upload 100 videos by the end of the year.
Yep.
And it started on January 17th.
Yep.
I branded my channel, got everything all ready, and I recorded my first short that next morning. And that was kind of the kickoff of my channel. And then since then, so now it's been almost a month,
Yep.
and I haven't added many subscribers. I've added 10 new subscribers, but I lost like 3, which is fine. I'm okay with that. So I'm up to like 267.
The only 3 you lost were for old content that you're not doing anymore.
Yeah, yes, they were followers that most likely joined when I was doing one of my weird kind of crazy projects and they joined. So yeah, so I'm not worried about that.
Lost. Yep.
But since then I've uploaded since January 17th, I've uploaded 6 videos.
In
And
total or long form and short?
so long form, 6 long form.
Okay.
And I've uploaded, I don't know, let me pull it up. Quite a few shorts, actually.
So while you're pulling it up,
Yeah.
let's just agree today that the most important metric is going to be time viewed, right?
Yeah, watch time, yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I could pull up my dashboard. I don't mind sharing my dashboard. If you want to see it.
I don't know if you have to take the time to do it now, but you can definitely throw up a screenshot.
Because I definitely, that's where I have to go get my count from. But it's definitely been 6 long form videos. I'm trying to get how many shorts I've gotten. But every week, what I've tried doing, my strategy has been do something a little different to test and see kind of like what my audience likes. And I know that YouTube is still learning. YouTube's still learning who my audience is and who they need to be.
So are you.
Yeah, and so am I. So number of shorts I've uploaded has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shorts. So I've uploaded 11 shorts.
6 long form, 11 shorts, 17 videos, and a month and a half. And that doesn't include the side project with your kids.
Yeah, and technically it's only been a month because I started January 17th.
There you go, a month.
So 6 long form, 11 shorts in 30 days. And yes, I did launch another channel with my daughter doing food reviews, which I've uploaded now 6 videos to that one.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Snack reviews.
Yeah, snack reviews. Yeah.
Not food reviews.
Yeah, snacks.
Big difference.
Big difference.
The snacks
I'm a snacker.
are one that people like.
Yes, totally agree. So that's been growing like really well actually, because we just started that like 2 weeks ago and it's already got 15 subscribers.
I like that channel.
Thank you. 3 new videos went up this week. So my goals have been, so my goals have been every week I'm going to try to do 3 shorts, 2 long form, and a live every week. That's kind of the goal. I've fallen a little short on that. Shorts I've done about 3 a week, so that's good. I think 1 week I only did 1, but for the most part I've been 3. I've done 1 long form, sometimes 2. So I'm a little short there. And I did a test live that I didn't keep. I deleted it. I was just testing out how to do live. So I recorded one that I deleted it. So I don't have any lives right now on my channel. So if I look though,
I was gonna say, I thought you had a live.
I did, but I deleted it. It was a test. I wasn't happy with it. I got rid of it. I dumped it.
All right. Well, when you get to 99 videos, just remember you had 100.
That's right. Yeah, I was there. So in the last 28 days, which is almost going back to exactly January 17th. Oh, and actually added another subscriber this afternoon, so I'm at 268. So that's good.
There you go.
So I'm at 2,800 views.
Okay.
On all my videos.
Okay.
I'm at 23.4 watch hours.
23.4 watch hours. Okay.
Yep. And I've had my top 5 videos by views. 4 have been shorts and 1 has been a long form.
Okay.
One of my shorts got to 905 views.
Nice. Go algorithm. Go algorithm power.
That was fun to watch.
What topic was that?
Well, so last week, my strategy last week was I was going to upload shorts that had like a meme or were kind of funny.
Yeah, you had mentioned that they perform better.
Yep, and they did. 2 of those are in that top 5 I was just talking about.
That's right. Okay, I remember the content now.
Okay, so the one had 905 views and the other one had 498. But the third one I did completely tanked, like 6 views. 6 views. But they were all in the same kind of genre. They were all meant to be like memes, funny memes, kind of stuff like that. So it was really interesting that 2 of them did really well and 1 just completely tanked. All done in the same week. Okay.
Do you think the content that you're using for the meme is helping to drive how well it performs the algorithm? Meaning, of those 3, was 1 or 2 more popular than the third?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, from a cultural.
Yeah.
Yep. Like totally. The ones that took off were ones that were very familiar to the meme culture.
Very interesting.
And the third one was maybe borderline.
Got it. Well, there you go. I think that's good learnings right there.
So then, and that was last week, because the week before I did just kind of like miscellaneous talking head commentary. And those didn't do very well. They did okay, right? So I thought, okay, so this last week I did the meme ones and they took off. So I'm thinking, oh crap, now like all the shorts, if I want to make any traction with shorts, I'm gonna have to do these meme ones and they're a mess and they're hard to produce and all this kind of stuff. But so I held true to my testing here. So this week I said, I'm not going to do that. This week I'm going to do more like real-time breaking news shorts. Okay. Not sure how they were going to take off.
Have you published those? I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah, they're live, and one of them took off pretty good. So I don't know if you heard the news the other day that Duolingo. Are you familiar with Duolingo?
Yes.
So they issued a press release that their owl died.
What your business can learn from HubSpot.
Okay, that's my latest video.
That's a long form.
That's a long form.
Yeah. That was the first one in my Inbox.
Yeah, because that just went live today.
Okay.
Okay, so Duolingo, they issued a press release the other day that their owl died. You know, the mascot, the owl.
Yes.
So I did a short on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I did a short, and I talked about why companies do stuff like that. Like, why do they kill off their logo, their owl? Because do you remember a couple of years ago when Planners killed off Mr. Peanut? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I did a little digging, did a little research.
Matter of fact, that was a Super Bowl ad. Speaking of which.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Kind of wrote down some quick notes on why do companies do this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I shot a really quick short. We're talking like 45 seconds of the Duolingo owl is dead, and here's why Duolingo did that. Well, that is now my second most viewed video on my channel and my second most viewed short. It's 28 seconds long. 28 seconds.
There you go.
It's also got one of the highest retention rates on it. So people watched the whole video. Well, a larger percentage watched the whole video than my other videos. Okay. So that was one I did on Tuesday. And then yesterday, I did a short on, there was a news story about JP Morgan's CEO, Jamie Dimon, and how he's upset that employees don't want to come back to the office 5 days a week. Okay. So I posted a short explaining why maybe JP Morgan shouldn't be so concerned about employees coming back to the office 5 days a week because they had record profits in 2024 and their stock price has doubled since COVID. Right. So if I'm Jamie Dimon, I'm telling my employees, you can work from Jamaica for all I care. Like, you're making me tons of bank, bro. You know? Right. Okay. So I posted a short saying, hey, this is, you know, I get the argument. I get why companies want you to come back. But if I'm a data-driven CEO and I'm looking at my earnings statements,
I'm just saying,
I'm like, you can work from Bangkok, China if you want to. I don't care. Like, you just keep making that bank, bro.
Right.
That is now I remember I just posted that yesterday evening, and that's already my 5th most watched video.
Okay.
On my channel.
Right.
And then
leveraging current topics.
Okay, so I wanted to see how they perform because I would much rather do that type of content than. And remember, I'm trying to build authority on YouTube. Right. That I want to be the source of not business news, but just like business commentary, or you know, like, hey, this event happened in the world, and here's how it affects business. Here's how it affects this company, or you know. So that's the content I'd rather do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to test out how does the audience like it. Right. And apparently, you know, it got good traction. Now, I did that Jamie Dimon one, the JP Morgan one, was my first short that actually got a comment on it. So that's good. So it had some interaction. Actually, the likes have been really good. I'll just give you an example real quick. On the shorts, really interesting. So the JP Morgan one had 5 comments on it. How come we can't see the likes here? Duolingo one has like a ton of likes on it. So I'm getting like 17 to 20 likes on these shorts. So I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna have to drop some screenshots. And actually, I was gonna do a blog post on my blog, just kind of sharing my first 30 days of, you know, YouTube and like how it's going. So I might do that. And then I produced a long form video that went live today. So this week I've done 1 long form and 2 shorts, and I'll probably do another short tomorrow.
Okay. YouTube focus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the views. I'm happy with the watch time. I mean, it's only been a month, and I mean,
a lot of what Bob and I talk about quite often when we have our Friday discussions is how are we putting logs on the fire to generate awareness for our site, our content, whatever it is that we're working on, right? So
Sure.
trying to generate eyeballs and viewership and whatever other metrics that we're looking to try to build. So what Bob has been doing very, very well is, putting his feet to the fire and challenging himself to work on things that he feels are going to be relevant to his brand, relevant to the content his viewers or his ideal customer is going to want, and building up a channel that he knows is going to be valuable because video is content that people want right now in this world. So it's video performs higher than any other content on any other platform when you're talking from a social engagement and sharing standpoint. So he's doubling down because prior to this, his primary focus was on his blog and producing blog content. Well, with AI coming out, Google messing up all the search results, putting AI at the top of the search results, putting forums like Quora and Reddit, and there's another one, WhatsApp, maybe, I don't recall, at the top, taking up primary real estate and search. Blog traffic isn't generating what it used to. So he has pivoted and he's putting a lot more into the efforts with video, seeing the value that it can provide, and he's seeing the metrics climb. And I credit him to putting the effort and the time into it because clearly, Mr. Beast probably wasn't too far off. Just do 100 videos and you'll see the algorithm work to your benefit.
Yeah, I mean, this is a long game.
Yep.
So I mean, it is a little frustrating. One video that I did, I think 2 weeks ago, that I was really proud of, just hasn't gotten any traction at all. Like, hasn't. But from what I'm hearing, and look, I'm very familiar with YouTube. It's my favorite. YouTube's my favorite platform for content consumption. I watch YouTube a ton, like a lot, every day. It's my lean back content when I'm like, I watch it on TV. The YouTube app gets more playtime on my TV than anything else. So I love YouTube. I know how YouTube works.
Yep.
So, but what I've had to do now that I put the creator hat on,
Right.
I had to remind myself that like a video I published today in 3 months could take off. It's just like a blog post.
Yep.
It's just like it takes time for it to
Yep.
work itself through the
Absolutely.
algorithm. But if you start building just like a website, or a blog, if you start building related content, that's
Yep.
good.
Yep.
YouTube will wrap it all together and say the video he did over here is doing really good. So people might also like this other one that maybe hasn't performed so well, and then that starts to kick up. So
Yep.
this is a long game. It's a hard pill to swallow because video takes so long to do.
Yeah. The production is challenging.
The production is challenging. And so it's like you spend 2 hours editing a 15-minute video and then you log in a week later and it's only got 6 views.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, one of those views was Luke and the other 5 were from my mom. Like, this really sucks,
Yep. Yep.
But that video could be the same one that takes off 3 months from now.
That's how everybody had to start.
Yeah, totally.
And what Bob's not mentioning is he actually, how old is your daughter? 13?
14.
He has a 14-year-old daughter who has figured out YouTube and he's learning from her.
Yeah, you want to talk about an old dumb marketer learning from a new gen person. She's got 3,000 followers, 3,000 subscribers, and
Legit.
a couple of her videos have 50, 60,000 views. Like, yeah, but also she's been doing it for like 4 years.
Right.
Like,
How many videos do you think she has?
Yeah, she started publishing I think when she was 11.
How many videos do you think she has?
Well, long form, not many. She doesn't. She likes shorts. Shorts are her thing. So she does a ton of shorts. I'll link to her channel. I'll link to her channel in the channel description so people can check it out. Like, it's typical 14-year-old girl content, but her audience, like YouTube's figure out who her audience is, and she's figuring out who her audience is, and so now
Right.
she puts up a video, and it gets, so now she's going live a lot. Now she's, trying to do more live things. So, um, and that's why I started the snack review channel with, and hoping I could leverage some of her networking.
Yeah, a little juice. Yep, you get it.
I'm a true marketer here, looking for influencers.
Right. That's right.
But yeah, I've learned a ton, and there's a couple of ideas now that are starting to spring about different content series I'd like to do on YouTube. The other thing is, so the video that went up today is a review of HubSpot's business strategy, okay, or strategies, I should say. So what I did was, I picked out HubSpot because I knew they were going to release their earnings this week. I'm a nerd. I like to watch like companies.
What made you pick that? Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was on Sunday, I pulled a quick Google search and just said, what companies are releasing earnings this week? And there was a lot, and HubSpot was one of them, and it kind of stuck out, And so I was like, okay, let me do a little background research on what HubSpot's been focusing on lately, outside of earnings, outside of all the financial stuff. I found an analyst report that they did in last September. Okay, so last September they had this analyst presentation, and they basically shared all the things that they're trying to do. And there was 5 core things that they were going to try to go after. So then on Wednesday, they had their Q4 2024 and full year 2024 analyst call. So I listened to it. Okay, it was like an hour and a half. I listened to the whole thing, and I took notes, and I went back and I compared to what they said in this analyst call with what they said back in September. And I found,
you used AI for all this, didn't you?
I used AI to summarize the call transcript for me.
Okay.
Yep. But then I went in and I said, okay, what are the things they said in September that are actually coming to fruition now, and what of their strategies are not working? And I created a blog post about it, knowing full well I was also going to create a video version, and then I'm going to embed that video in the blog post.
There you go. Yeah.
So I'm really trying to marry the blog and the YouTube channel together, so that no matter where someone finds me, if they find my website, they find my blog through organic search, which is where my primary traffic comes from now, they'll see the video, and then hopefully that'll lead them to my YouTube channel, and vice versa. Someone finds the YouTube video, hopefully they'll go to my website. So, I'm really trying to marry some of my video content ideas with what I'm doing on my blog.
As we've talked about a couple of times, especially recently, experts are saying you have to go where your customers are. You have to be on the platforms that they're using.
Yep.
This is not rocket science. This has been known forever. But because the playing field has changed so much over the last 12 to 16 months with the introduction of AI and the capabilities that are available to people now, and how marketing channels were used in the past versus today, the use for omni-channel, multi-channel marketing strategies are going to be dire for businesses to put into play, are very important. And I think with our own little side hustles that we're doing with, the one-man army trying to do everything that they can to get the word out for whatever efforts they're putting into play, it's extremely challenging to try to play in multiple platforms and produce content that's going to be, available to the customers. But that doesn't change the need. And the website has to be a primary source. It's still the hub, right? Yeah, YouTube is a great secondary because it can feed all of the other platforms, meaning your site and all of social and email, right? Yeah. So, you can put that everywhere. Social is one that both of us haven't played it as well as we would like. He's started to play an email. I haven't. I tried it a couple years ago. It went to the wayside. But again, I haven't been doing much of anything. So it a priority for me will be email automation.
Yep.
I've got to get that into play. I got to figure out a tool, build out some journeys. I do have it's a dated audience, but I have probably 1,500 over 1,500 email addresses that I could be leveraging right now. I'd probably lose a lot because, like I said, it's dated now. But I offer a questionnaire on my site that people can fill out for free, and they just provide me their email address. So I think the point I'm trying to make is strategy that everybody wants to put into play is be everywhere all the time, whenever possible.
Yep.
Reality is that may not be possible for everybody. So pick and choose your channels, do all that you can because it is required. And I think the ones that you've chosen, I'm just giving you kudos for, and the way that you've been doubling down on video because it is applicable on multiple channels as far as where you can share content. So,
no. I think automation is going to be key for me here because I do want to try to find ways to, when I publish a video, get them to go out to social automatically, things like that, which I think will help start breaking that down. I have decided, one thing I did decide this week is since I'm making a lot of short content, shorts, I'm just going to put that same content on Reels. So I'm going to start now toying with, testing out Reels and see, can I build an audience there?
So there you go. He's already thinking social.
Yeah. So yep, it's on the radar. And the great thing about it is I'm making the content anyways.
Right.
So it's just multi-use. I mean, it's gonna take me no extra time other than the time to post it. That's it.
So Gary Vee had said many, many times, if you produce one piece of content, you should be able to share it hundreds of times, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no question about it.
So
this new content series that I'm trying with, what I tried with this HubSpot, the angle I'm taking is what can SMBs learn from strategies of bigger companies? This was inspired by books that I really like Good to Great. What's that other one? The one with the green cover.
Strategy one.
Yeah, the strategy one. The name's slipping me. But these books that basically share case studies on big companies. Good luck trying to find books that talk about small companies, what small companies are doing. Most of them are modeled after these big companies. The one thing I love about those books is I think that you can take lessons from them and put them towards your small business, right? Sure. So that's what I did with the HubSpot thing. So I'm trying to cater to my audience with, so my goal, one of the things I want to do is test this theory of, can I look at bigger companies' strategies and what they're doing, which is a lot of it's public information. And how can I boil that down, shrink it down to actions that a small company can take or learn from? What can you learn from HubSpot, basically? What can you learn from Coca-Cola? What can you learn from, Microsoft? What are the things? So I want to use some of these platforms, these social platforms, to test these concepts out.
Sure.
And see if they work. So I'm coming up with different content types to kind of see what sticks. And I'll leverage it on YouTube and Instagram and email and my blog and just give it the go. Now, I don't know if I'm going to count the shorts as part of my goal of 100 videos. I think
why not?
Well, I mean, I guess I could, but
they're still videos and they're hosted on YouTube and they're driving most of your viewership. Why would you not count them?
Maybe because they feel too easy to me.
I don't think that matters.
No, I don't think it does either, but mentally it's a hurdle I'm getting over because I could literally write.
I know what you should do. I have the answer for you. Ask your daughter if you think they count.
Well, of course she thinks they do because she only likes shorts.
There you go. You have your answer.
She's not my target audience, though.
Doesn't matter. She's already built a YouTube channel. You haven't.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's very fair. I think you could cheat with shorts a little bit though because they're so easy to make. Like literally, if you said you gotta get to 100 videos by the end of February, I could easily do it because I would just record 100 shorts. But I also think there's a lot to learn about video and video marketing by doing long form videos.
I think you should do both, but they both count.
Yeah, I'll just have a little asterisk when I reach 100. Like,
no,
yeah, because at the end I don't want to say, "Oh, I did 100 videos and 80 of them were shorts."
Okay, you want to do 100 long form? Go nuts. All I'm saying is, when you do your total, I want to know the total. I want shorts and long.
Okay? Oh yeah, I'll definitely
100, and you tell me you did 250.
I will report that back, no problem. Yeah, I have no problem with that at all. Yeah,
so you're gonna hold your feet to the fire in long form. Be my guest. I'm just saying there is no reason for you to do that, and there are probably other things you could do with your time.
The mix I want 60 shorts and 40 long form.
Go for it. Nobody is telling you what you have to do except you. So
no, I know that's a problem. That's
I am point blank disagreeing with you, and I am saying do 100 videos, however they are.
Yeah, I'm naturally going to get to 100 faster because I am doing more shorts right now. I mean, I told you earlier, I'm going to try to do 3 shorts a week and 2 long form, and already I'm falling short on long form, so I'm going to reach 100 with shorts anyway.
So here's what Stanky does: he gets ideas. And he takes those ideas to the nth degree. Remember, we're already starting at the end, and we're starting. What was the name of this video again?
Start with the end in mind.
Start with the end in mind. There you go. So he's already figured out what this channel is going to be in 20 years and how much money we're going to make off it. But what he sometimes forgets is it takes a lot of work to do all of that.
That's fair.
And time. Okay, so what I'm trying to get him to do is realize 100 videos on his YouTube is 100 videos that he can count towards his goal, because he also has a laundry list of things that he wants to do for his website and his business that he could spend additional time on versus producing 100 long form videos, which are going to take a lot more production time. And he could figure out those other channels like we just talked about as far as being everywhere where your audience is. I think he would rather spend his time on that if he were to truly prioritize. Yep. My 2 cents.
No, and that's totally fair. And this is where this about me. I am so metric driven. I am so data driven. So when I look at my reports, like just hear me out here. When I look at my reports,
this is where Bob asked me to be patient and listen.
Yep, just hold on. Give me a little wiggle room here, okay? When I look at the last 30 days of my YouTube journey, and I look at the 6 long form and the 11 shorts, the long form has produced more new subscribers, more watch time, and better audience retention rates.
So I'm sorry, are you going to stop doing long form, or you just want to
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Or you just want to do 50-fold long form, which you've already challenged yourself with?
That's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure I don't get lost in the numbers game by saying, oh, I want to get 100 videos, and I could cheat my way through doing 90 shorts.
Again, why is that cheating, though?
Because I want to focus on the things that are producing results.
Again, nobody's telling you what you need to do.
Because if I got to 190 of them were shorts, let's just say, for example, to me, the metrics would be skewed.
So let me throw this out at you, and you tell me what you think. If you have content that you think you want to share, and it fits a short format, and you want to get it up quick, are you going to say, no, I need to do a long form video in order to hit my 100 goal?
No. I would do the short. I'd do the short.
There you go. So why are you judging yourself? If you have legitimate content that needs to be shared on your channel and you feel it's something you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. Where my head is going is the goal line I'm shooting for.
No, I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're going to produce whatever you think you need to.
Yeah.
You'll get to 100. I
will.
don't think how you do that, whether it's long or short, is truly a metric you need to track
Sure.
because
Yeah.
it's content for your audience.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's my weird brain of how I'm tracking all the content I'm producing and how I'm categorizing it is the thing that I gotta
I know.
stop thinking about.
I get it.
Okay, I'll say this.
Anybody watching this video knows exactly what you're saying.
I'll say this.
And they
Short.
also know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah. And you're probably right. In most cases, you're usually the
Go
more,
either way, really.
you're usually the more logical one of us. So
No. I'm just trying to. No, that's not true. Because
let
it
me
could go
say
either way.
this. Let me say this. No matter what, short, long form, live, doesn't matter. I am fully committed to getting to 100 videos.
True that.
And I am, because in the past, I may have been like, I'm not getting the results I want, and I would dump this project.
You've done that before?
Oh, I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Hard to believe. I've got more failed and dumped projects than I have successful ones, which maybe isn't such a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I bust your chops about it, but I understand why.
Actually, you know what? I would much rather have a failed project than one I abandoned early. And the problem is I have way more abandoned earlies than I have fails.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to argue that.
That I'm not proud of.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't seeing early results and you got frustrated.
Yep, and I dumped them. So they in one case in particular that I know was on a winning track, I abandoned early. It wasn't even failing.
No.
Technically, it was succeeding.
I think I know which one you're talking about, and yeah.
And I bailed on it.
Yep.
What,
do you remember why?
Do you remember? I was just going to ask you that.
I'm trying to remember if I'm thinking about the right one. I'm trying to remember why.
Well, we could talk about it. It was my baseball one.
Okay. I was thinking about that one.
It was my baseball simulation project.
Yep.
Which started to pick up steam and
I think I have my guess.
Was looking good. And then, well, I think, yeah, let me say why I think it stopped. Everything was looking good. I was getting traction on it. I think why it stopped was it was taking way too much time.
It was taking too much time, and part of the problem with why it was taking too much time is you tried to do another site and you got so obsessed with performance of things, data of things, and what you could do with it that it got to be too overwhelming.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the time. It was all of it.
Yeah.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself. Is my 2 cents.
No, that's accurate. But the moral of that story was I had something going.
Yeah, if you would have peeled it back a little bit and just kind of done what you're doing now, really, and just focused on a few things and went big on it. Not big. Strategic.
Yep.
Okay. Within your ability to actually do it.
Yep.
Right? Because you were going ham, as you like to say, on that sports thing. And I think you just spread yourself too thin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you were doing really well with it. I think you were starting to build an audience really quick too.
Yeah. Yep. Bury that one in the graveyard of fails.
But hey,
regret.
It's also something that you could revisit at some point.
Yeah, and I've thought about it.
I know you have. Because of that regret.
And because now that I'm becoming a little bit more familiar with YouTube, and
Once that you're thinking, oh, hey,
that audience is widely on YouTube.
by the way.
Hey, you know how my brain works. I mean, look, I get into YouTube on January 17th, and now I've got 3 channels.
There you go. That's how it works.
Well, what's to say there won't be a 4th and a 5th?
I was gonna say you'll have a dozen YouTube channels and probably 26 more domains purchased by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's another problem I've got. But anyways, we could. This isn't therapy session, so maybe we should dig into those. All right, I feel like I've monopolized this whole conversation. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think we've talked for an hour and 20 minutes, and if anybody's still watching this video right now, they've either fallen asleep or they want to shoot both of us. So
I feel like if anybody made it to this point in the video, I feel like you should give them like a True My Identity hat or something.
you think so?
Yeah.
Huh. What do you think about that?
Or a mug or something like that. Like they deserve a reward.
They do deserve something, that's for sure.
I wish I could show off my True My Identity mug because I do have one, but it's at the office.
Oh, you left it at the office.
Yeah. So
Cool. That's FaceTime. That's good. Eyeballs.
So I got to bring it home though because it needs to be washed and stuff. So
You have a kitchen at the office?
yeah, we do, but I'm too lazy to walk down there and wash the mug, so I
just bring it home instead. Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I fill it before I leave. That way, I drink it in the car on the way home.
Oh, sure. All right.
But I just happen to leave it.
Bust your chops then.
Yeah, no. It comes home.
What does your mug say, Bob?
Dynamic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The reason it says dynamic is because that's one of Bob's top characteristics, positive characteristics.
Yeah, and if you want to know your top characteristic, just go to truemydaddy.com and fill out the questionnaire.
That's right, and fill out that questionnaire.
We'll link to it
We'll put a link in the bottom. In the
Oh, I will. I will.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll even flash it on the screen.
I think both of our sites should be very well represented on this first video.
Well, yeah, we got to see some return off of this,
right?
Or I'm just going to.
Start getting the offers like next week.
Yeah, I'd like to see some offers come in the inbox.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we got the banter down. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's all good. These conversations are so good.
See, but all we did is really talk about stuff. Usually, okay, so future reference for videos.
Yeah.
We're going to dig into things that we're actually doing and what really frustrates us and what we're finding to be really cool.
Yes.
Ideas that we could probably bounce off of each other. Because right now we're just kind of getting you guys up to speed on what we're doing. Or what
there's some background. Yeah, there's background in there. And then
this was Bob's idea to do this boring stuff first.
Yeah. Got to open the door. Got to introduce people. Otherwise, people are like, who are these jokers?
Right. Well, they're dumb marketers.
Yeah, I mean, I would ask you, like, what do you got coming up on the docket next week?
You know, I don't have anything coming up on the docket. That's part of the reason why I'll be honest. If you've made it this far, I'm a frustrated mofo because I haven't put enough time into my own brand.
That's right.
So I'm going to be spending more time. These conversations are going to be a lot more pertinent to effort being done on my personal brand so I can speak to it better.
Yep.
As of today, I don't have anything coming. I got a couple of blog posts that I'm still picking away at. One of them is going to be really core to my strategy, so I'm trying to be very careful and sensitive to it. Probably way overboard. You know, I overanalyze the stuff to the nth degree.
Yeah, I get it.
So notice how I caught myself before I swore. Huh?
Yeah, good job.
Trying to clean things up here, kids. Yeah. So I've got some things cooking. Logs on the fire, right? We just got to keep the fire lit. Right now, my coals are dim, so we're gonna start sparking things up soon.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm looking forward.
Plus, we got to talk to Bob all the time, and he's got all these things. He's got produced. He's got YouTube videos, like notifications, just dinging on my phone every 5 minutes. So it's like I got to do something.
Good. I'm gonna keep the content. That's my goal this next week. Just keep content rolling out.
Yeah, well, you're doing that. You're doing it well.
like a madman.
All right. Do we have an official sign off?
What do the kids say? Like, comment, and subscribe.
I don't know. You hang out with your daughter all the time and how to do this. What do you do?
Hit the bell for notifications, post
Yeah,
notifications.
you know what? You told her to do the end of the videos for those snack videos, and she's very good at it. She's got it down.
Yeah, she says that all the time.
So verbatim, you go.
Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for post notifications. Follow this channel. Don't miss a conversation.
There you go. Okay, we got to clean that up a little bit, but
I would love, yeah, I would love some comments on this. I hope this gets in front of some people. I might post a teaser on my channel just to get some exposure.
Yeah.
Because I have an audience of 268.
Hey, have your daughter do it for us.
Yeah, because we need a bunch of
dumb marketers,
teenage girls following our channel.
Right. Yeah. if you're thinking about marketing,
yeah, if you're thinking about it as a career,
right,
don't follow us.
Don't follow these guys. Right.
Okay. Yeah. No, this was all good. Appreciate it. I've got an hour and 25 minutes of editing to do.
I'm telling you, you could probably get a handful of clips out of here if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah.
We covered a lot.
Yeah. Yep. It's all good.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the recording. So,
thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
There's more to come from Dumb and Dumber.
As they say, see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.